In a small village in Kolale area, Narok County, Mzee Daniel Ole Samoy is tending to his cows. As a native Maasai, his wealth is measured by the number of livestock he owns, which have been reducing over time.
Ile last drought tulikuwa nayo last year, mimi nilihama. Nilienda kwa paka. Ng'ombe imetatisika. Nimechinja ng'ombe mingi. Zaidi ya ng'ombe 10. Kabisa kuchinja ile kufa. Na kwa sababu ya kiangazi.
Water and pasture have become scarce, and land division due to increase in population means he has to fence in his animals.
Hapo zamani sisi tulikuwa parcels ya kwenda kufuata nyasi. Saa hizi hakuna kufuata nyasi kwa sababu hakuna mahali tahamia. Juu gani? Kwa sababu ardhi imegawanywa. Kila mtu na pisi yake. Sasa mahali ya tegemeo saa hizi kwa hapa mahali tunaishi Mara ni Maasai Mara tu peke yake tunde tuibe serikali tukule nyasi usiku.
Prolonged droughts, unpredictable rainfall and floods are some of climate change risks that are likely to worsen in Narok County with a changing climate. The effects are manifested in loss of livestock, crop and forage failure, intrusion of invasive plant species, and increased conflicts over water and pasture resources.
We know when to move, when to migrate, when to not to migrate, and when we should expect ourselves to be at home to do our traditional ceremonies. But recently, there is a lot of confusion on weather generally, and basically it's because of climate change. There is confusion. We don't know when we should be settling at home and do traditional ceremonies. We don't know when we should be planting and when to harvest. You try to plant, you realize yourself you are on the wrong side of planting, and you end up going into negatives of your production.
So how do we deal with the current climate change challenges in a way that involves the local people who are hardest hit by these problems? How can we ensure climate finance reaches the local people to fund climate investments prioritized by the community based on their experiences and their aspirations to strengthen their resilience to climate change?
Sisi kwa ajili nimepata hiyo shida, hakuna kitu yoyote tumeona. Hakuna, hatujapata kabisa.
The County Climate Change Fund mechanism, developed by Adaptation Consortium ADA, is a devolved climate finance model with 4 interrelated components: a climate fund, climate change planning structures at the county and community ward level, participatory resilience planning tools, and climate information services and monitoring and evaluation.
Yeah, so the CCCF mechanism essentially is about channeling a mechanism designed to channel resources from national but also international level to subnational level, that's the county, and further to the community level, to finance those priority actions that have been identified by the communities who are impacted by climate change.
The climate change planning structure at the community level, known as the Ward Climate Change Planning Committee, WCCPC, is a central pillar of the mechanism.
Committees are supposed to engage with the community. They are supposed to come up with the projects, proposals from the community, from the ground, and then right now they present to several agencies, to several scrutiny stages until the proposal is accepted. So what I can say is that it's going to be an effective method because everything is direct from the community.
It draws its membership from the local community while ensuring inclusivity even for the most vulnerable and marginalized groups like women, youth, and PWD.
Na nimepata nafasi nzuri nikachaguliwa kama muwakilishi wa walemavu katika ward hii. nimeingia katika kamati hiyo na ninatarajia kwamba tutafanya kazi nzuri. Tutafikia malengo ambaye hata serikali yetu inatumai kufanyia wananchi.
Sasa nilifurahi sababu nikiendelea na hii mkutano nitaanza kuwakumbuka. Hata sasa mbili karibu niwajue karibu wote na majina.
Must be a reliable and respectable community member who is development conscious.
The members are elected and vetted by the community in a public meeting based on their good standing in the community and integrity as specified in Chapter 6 of the Constitution.
We decided to choose David Kiserema. Reason why we have chosen David Kiserema is actually a retired teacher who is actually very competent. And right now what he's doing at home is actually an active a church elder.
Nimechagua Tekla Mungushi. Kama mnavyomjua amekuwa kwa county council kwa miaka mingi, amesimamia idara ya elimu. Kwa hivyo ni mama ambaye amesoma. Pia ni mmoja ya mama ambaye alienda Bomas kutuletea katiba ambayo saizi iko Kenya. Kwa hivyo shizalani.
Alafu kila mwaka wanaenda kitu inaitwa
Some of the main roles and responsibilities of the WCCPC will be to coordinate the community's participation in conducting vulnerability and climate risk assessments, prioritizing investments, development of community climate change action plans, proposal development, and engagement with the county government in planning and decision-making to fund the prioritized interventions that build the community's resilience to climate change.
Wanaendelea kuumia kwa kukosa mambo ya muhimu kama maji safi. Dakika hii sasa tunaumia tukiendelea kuchoma makaa na tunaangamisha miti ambayo ingekuwa ya maana katika siku za usoni. Tuna mambo mengi ambayo tunaweza kuangalia, lakini hatuna uamuzi wa kile ambacho tutatoa hadi mpaka tutakapokaa na community ndio watuelezee priority yao ni hii na ile, ndio tuweze kuwasilisha katika kamati inayojibika kwa kasi hii.
The county government of Narok has allocated 3% of its development budget to finance climate change projects that protect the most vulnerable people to climate risks, strengthen local environments and economies, and ensure equitable benefits to the communities.